Welcome everyone to the Onward Master League. I am your host, Wookie with just one E, and I have my good friend Todd here as my co-caster. Todd, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good today. How about you, man?
I'm doing great. I mean, it feels like a Friday, but it's just Thursday. But
it's quarantine. Who cares?
Exactly. I don't even know what day it is anymore. But okay. I'm really looking forward to this matchup between Delta Squad and 5 Horsemen. Have you run or crunched any numbers over there on these two teams?
I'm more of a number vegan, so I don't like crunching them. But I can get you some if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could talk about the bans while you're pulling up numbers. I believe that Delta Squad have banned Snow Peak, correct?
Yeah. Yes, they have.
Interesting. I wonder why that is.
And well, maybe because they just don't feel as confident on that map. But I do know that the 5 Horsemen also banned Downfall as well, so they want to keep the range a little bit closer today, I guess. Get all those big maps out of here.
Yeah, well, they don't like those pesky big maps. They're just a problem, I guess. I mean, yeah. It's actually kind of surprising that Delta Squad haven't banned Bazaar against 5 Horsemen, considering that it's one of their most played maps, even though they don't have the best win rate on it, or say even like Cargo, because
I think Delta Squad's actually wanting to play Bazaar because it's one of their better maps. They got a 60% round win rate on that, and that's their highest one.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's one of their middle range most played maps. That mid range of play winning for the season. Yeah, winning and otherwise played. And then 5 Horsemen bounding Downfall, which is they've played it a few times this season, but it's definitely not one of their better win percentages in the history books.
And the 5 Horsemen have gone through, as well as Delta Squad, I should say, they've gone through a lot of roster changes, so the stats might not be where the team is currently at, but we'll find out soon enough here once the rounds get going here.
Yeah, do you want to talk about the roster? Delta Squad is missing a member.
Yeah, they only have 4 people right now, but it looks like they have SliderCon as a reservist.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah, so for the lineup on Delta Squad, for folks at home that can't see our current lineup just yet, we have Wilson, SliderCon, Grim Reaper, Death Legion, and Rav. And then for the 5 Horsies side of things, we have Steve, 32, 42, Game Reaper, 46, Dr. Sean, Reefer Madness, and QQQQQTM. So this is going to be a bloodbath. Yeah, he trademarked.
No one else could be Q.
No one else could be 4Q, unfortunately. Unfortunately, yes. But man, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this matchup between these two guys? I mean, it's a strong lineup.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a great game. We've got 5 Horsemen who are really good at kind of doing like the moderate kind of style play where they're not exactly slow, but they're not going to wait till the last minute. And Delta Squad, more or less in the same boat, maybe a little bit slower, but a lot of methodical plays are going to be coming out of this. And it'll be interesting to see what SliderCon can do for them as well as their reservist. And we've seen the 5 Horsemen before play Riot. Some good shield work being used on their side. Very clean game as well. And they notoriously did not have the best of times on Suburbia, but it was extremely close. So I think we're going to see both teams here really thrive.
True. Now, I guess I should point out that we are playing on Suburbia for map 1. I have not revealed that to the audience yet, but now spoiler alert. Jeez.
I'm really bad at this, guys. By the way, Dumbledore dies.
Oh God, no. No, I didn't know.
Man,
I'm still on book 3.
Like, what?
Well, they just keep getting exponentially longer, and it takes me longer and longer to finish them. So
that is true. J.K. Rowling keeps adding bits.
I feel like this is a joke because her opening initials are J.K. Anyways, we are just waiting for these two teams to get this underway. Do we need to get them the green light? Are they waiting on us?
I've already given a green light.
Oh, fantastic. You are on it. Great co-caster, TFH.
Oh, yeah.
He's got this.
I've got this, man.
He does the things really good.
Yeah, I do the things good.
But yeah, our first objective is going to be the middle house. This is actually my favorite objective on Suburbia.
I think it's my favorite objective in general.
Yeah, of the whole game, period.
This is Onward to me. I only play Onward for this objective.
Right. All right, well, we are just now getting into round 1 on this incredible matchup. We got 5 seconds left before the round starts. We got that pre-game banter going out. Oh, they're thanking the casters. Well, you guys are so welcome. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what this team does. We got a big Zerg rush, you know, of course, for middle house by the defense. Some pre-fire coming out on those known edges of lane 2. Dream Reaper is going to find Reefer. Wow, I've never seen that. Wow.
Yeah, Reaper's all the way on the porch on the other side of the map and just sniped Reefer right out of the house. So that would be a bad day for Reefer.
Yeah, we've got QQ over here lighting a molly. Ooh. I wonder how that's going to end up being used. I'm sure he's going to throw it on the stairs. Feels a little early for my book. I mean, if he goes down in that window, he's toast. Literally toast. And then we got...
A toast is more of like a warmth thing, but a Molotov is more like a flambe.
I guess he's going to be barbecue. It just doesn't quite have the same...
That's true, yeah. But
you know, it doesn't roll off the
tongue.
tongue.
Terms right, man.
True. All right, so Q might barbecue himself. Wow, that is...
Barbecue.
Poor Q will turn into barbecue if he's not too careful there on that window, but it does seem like he's approaching... Well, he's treating that window with caution. He's not even bothering to peek out of it. But, man, this is a strong Marsoc push on lane 1. Got 3 members just kind of, like, hanging out, getting a feel for this area. I don't think they realize that Game Reaper is right there, though, behind those sandbags of lane 2. Oh, he's actually pushed forward. So this will be really interesting.
Yeah, being able to push forward like that can definitely help... you know, be able to facilitate a flank. And that's exactly what I think Delta Squad are looking for. Game Reaper's able to find Wilson straight off the get-go.
I think Slider's going to try and refrag him through the bushes here. Slider is definitely looking for Game Reaper. And he finds it. Wow, with the Commando 552. That is not a weapon you see too often used. So far, we have 3 members of Horsemen still up. One of them is just downed. I wonder if Grim Reaper will actually end up finishing his kill off from earlier. Doesn't seem like he's...
Res is... Oh.
Come
I don't
on.
think he's even aware.
I don't think he realizes. He's more focused on windows on Spawn House, which I understand. I would clear that first and then go back for the knife, which is maybe what Grim Reaper is about to do. But no, he's still focused on windows. Oh, and he bleed out, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That call that, you know, he's right there did not go out. Reaper's able to find Q.
Q did get a headshot, but he didn't burst into flames. I think he was too low to the ground for it to break the bottle.
Yeah. No party tricks this time.
It's gonna ride.
One less Molotov right on the objective. Slider tries to find one. Definitely taken down, or takes one down.
A good Molotov, though. It will delay the offense here. Delta Squad are 3 up against 5 Horsemen's 1.
Yeah, that's just Dr. Sean. He's getting extremely peaky right now. I wouldn't even... it's not suggested. It's better to find a place where you can hide and, you know, let those Molotovs burn themselves out, and then when you're surrounded like that, you just can't be moving around like that. It'll just make you more likely to be spotted and shot. And that's exactly what Rab is trying to do. He's able to get that pick, and Delta Squad will get the first point of this match.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Nice offensive play coming out of Delta Squad. 5 Horsemen just were not ready for that.
I think 5 Horsemen are a little bit more acclimatized to the fast play. But when we have the slow play in the NA, it can throw some teams off, and maybe Five Horsemen are just one of those teams that got thrown off by it.
Yeah, I think so. I do notice that Delta Squad tends to move more slowly whenever I happen to watch their casts and like their matches in general, or when I watch them play in the game. They tend to move more slow, methodical, kind of akin to SEAL Team Bravo. And I think, like you said, the Five Horsemen were just ready for a rush play there.
Yeah, they had 2 Molotovs upstairs, and it's great for shutting down the objective a minute early if you're able to kind of put those out in sequence. But that is not what they were able to do. They weren't able to bring it down to the last minute of play, and everyone who had a Molotov was just picked off.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I mean, we got one thrown that delayed it, but it didn't do anything because, like you said, he was peeking too much. So Dr. Sean got taken out, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's so much better on that objective to just hang back, find some cover, and wait for the enemy to come up those stairs. You know exactly where they have to come. The worst thing you can do is try to peek multiple angles that are downstairs, because then instead of watching one angle, you're watching 3.
Right, exactly.
And it makes your life a lot harder,
to say the least. Curious to see how Five Horsemen are going to answer back here, although they did just drop a member, so I think that might have been an accident.
And that's, oh no, Steve's still there, so that,
I don't know who it was.
Nah, me neither. We didn't go over the rosters.
I mean, I read their names off, but
No,
I have
sure,
the
yeah.
memory of a goldfish, so it didn't do us any good.
Same. It's caster memory. We only see what's in front of us.
Tempted to just cut to an intermission, but
Let's do it.
You want to do it? All right.
Let's do it.
Let's get to it.
Let's
we'll be
get
right back,
hyped for
ladies and
this
gentlemen.
Intermission.
On round 2. Here we go. All right, boys, we are back. It is round 2. Sorry about that. It looked like we had an issue with QQQ who dropped.
The connection didn't go over the pond quite well.
I guess that's what happened, but that pre-fire comes out of Grim Reaper, doesn't find anybody. Here's that aggression that we were talking about with Five Horsemen.
Oh, wow, they're already upstairs. Game Reaper is already up on top.
Oh,
He
my
has
goodness.
tablet out, and Delta Squad hasn't done anything about it.
Oh my
He's taking his
goodness.
sweet time. Delta Death Legion doesn't even know what's going on, and the 5 Horsemen just took the lead through the cap.
Wow. That was some insane aggression. I was not expecting that to go down quite as quickly as that did. That was like a sub 1 minute round, I want to say.
I feel like that cap was a minute, but hey, he went in.
True. It felt like an eternity, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just waiting. I mean, I don't know what was more of an eternity, waiting for Death Legion to recognize what exactly just happened, how his entire team got annihilated.
Yeah, I was bouncing between the Volk, and they were all still sitting in the spawn house without a clue as to what was going on.
I guess I just don't understand what the strategy in that was. You know, if you watch any 5 Horsemen cast, you got Steve on the shield. He's a very good shield player, and he always has Dr. Sean as a buddy. Like, I don't know what the strategy of that was, quite honestly.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there. I think like we predicted, they just Delta Squad was not expecting a huge rush because that's not how they play. Maybe that's what was going on. They were kind of maybe expecting a mirrored tactic of taking your time going in, but personally, from my experience, a lot of teams like to just rush middle house and maybe hold a few people back. I've never seen a full squad push go so quickly and go so well in one team's favor. Usually it's a disaster, but this time it was great. Nonetheless, we will be diving into round 3 here. Oh, round reset was triggered.
Yeah, someone. A lot of victorious things over the round reset.
Yay, round reset. Woo!
Yay, whoa! Get hyped.
Noise.
Get hyped. Noise.
Not sure what happened there. We have all members still present, so
Someone just didn't ready up, I think.
yeah, I think that was it. Yep.
They're probably letting the 2-minute timer run down. And someone thought they were ready but weren't, so.
Thought it was a minute. I don't know how long it is.
I thought it was a 2-minute timer. What are you thinking ESL rules again?
No, I think I thought
It's
it was
45
90
seconds.
seconds. I don't know.
It's 45 in ESL, but
All right, for realsies this time. This is round 3.
we've already had our dress rehearsal.
A lot of pre-fire coming out. It doesn't find anyone.
Yeah, and Wilson's tossing some smokes out. It looks like that they're going to try to get aggressive on this as well. Maybe counter cap, try to restore that lead. Oh, no!
Through the smoke.
Wilson! No, Wilson took down his own teammate who ran right beside him. More shots going out there. T. Wilson is on objective. He's covered by smoke. Dr. Sean runs in and saves the day for the 5 Horsemen, that then gets taken out by Reaper Madness. The favor is repaid. Death is now making his attempt at it as well. I've never seen people so cap hungry. What happened right there? Reaper Madness takes it down.
Wow. Oh my goodness. 5 Horsemen only lost 1 member on that defense, and that was due to friendly fire. I don't blame him though. It was through the smoke. He was just unloading his whole mag into the smoke, and a friendly ran up into the smoke for some reason.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. If it's a win, it's a win, right?
What a defensive play by 5 Horsemen. Five? I can't talk all of a sudden. Ever since I said noise, these things happen. But yeah, incredible defense by the 5 Horsemen. Delta Squad are really going to have to pick it up here. I mean, they almost did with that cap. That almost evened the playing field a little bit. But man, wow.
It was That whole play from Delta Squad was like probably the most cap-hungry play I have ever seen.
Yeah, he really forced it. Who was that? I believe it was Death Legion. Yeah, he really seemed to force that. Even when the machine gun was firing in front of him and everything. I think it was just, there was so much chaos that these guys, and I'm sure he was suppressed, that they just couldn't understand, like, that he was prone and crawling into certain doom.
Yeah, if you're hearing the gunshots right there, you might as well at least just try to take it out before trying to cap. Because that smoke isn't, like, perfect for, like, blocking vision, like, right there. I've been very confused. I admire the Delta Squad aggression, but I'm also very confused at the same time.
Yeah, sure. All right, here we go. Round 4.
Go to playground. Quick throw it. Playground.
Rav, he doesn't want to grab his clacker. He's hesitant. He's gonna roll along with Steve, the resident shield player, I should say, for Five Horsemen.
Yeah. And he plays a very clean shield. He likes to go overhand on the shots, which is probably going to be what the new meta is, because you don't have to worry about your arm poking out as much.
Yeah, it's true.
It's kind of an old meta as well, but it's kind of nice to see it come back into play.
I've seen a lot of people trying to get the shield flicks to work lately, you know.
That could be interesting. Like, you know, opening up your body for a split second can allow for a stray bullet to get in, and you're really exposing your head. So I don't know. Personally, I like the the conventional way a little bit better.
Seeing an even split down the battlefield. We got 3 lane 4, 2 lane 1. Looks like they're going to try a pinch method from the Five Horsemen. I'm not sure what they're trying to do here. Everyone just seems to be sitting around waiting for someone to get in position and give the green light. Let's fly around here and see what T. Wilson's doing. It looks like he's defending the front porch.
Yeah, I really think that, you know, Delta Squad really don't want to give up another cap here, and their defense is a lot more solid this time. At least they're on objective present this time.
Grenade comes out from 4Q. Is he going to find Wilson? It does. Beautiful grenade.
Very Q is just he is a basketball player on those grenades. Dr. Sean finds Death Legion. Rav gets Reefer Madness. Q finds Wilson, and Sean gets Grim Reaper as well. Now we're into a 2v4.
Looks like we are going to see a cap come out. Potentially, SliderCon does find Dr. Sean as he's creeping up along the side of the house. Oh, we have a flanker coming from behind. They are not ready for this. SliderCon finds both Steve and 4Q. We're down to just one member of game, Five Horsemen left, Game Reaper. As we ride along from his point of view, he just pulls his tablet out, realizes he's all alone. Now we got to figure out, just, you know, he's got 2 defenders left, so there's a chance he could pull this off. But what is he going to do? Oh, and he finds one.
Yeah,
Takes out Rav.
Now he has to go against the final boss, SliderCon.
Right. I mean, he is got his work cut out for him, though. I mean, Slider's got a shield propped up along the door. He's pretty well defended.
Yeah, he's rolling with the rest of the team right now. He's got like 4 kills, 3 deaths. Like his kill count's pretty good. He's doing work.
Oh yeah, especially after that nice flank.
Double. Now Game Reaper is taking it slow. He's just trying to make sure that he can cross safely. Looking both ways, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's nerve-wracking being the last guy. I appreciate how slowly, methodically he is moving towards objective, although that was a bad smoke, and he even said it himself. I don't think the audience could hear it, but he was not happy with that throw, especially because it ended up just giving away his position more than anything. All right, let's ride along with Game Reaper for a moment, just see what he's doing. He does currently sit with 1 cap and 5 kills, just 1 death. SliderCon also doing extremely well. You said 4-1, 4 kills, 1 death.
I think he's 4-3 right now.
4-3. Either way, 2 very deadly players got to face off. How amazing would it be though if Game Reaper was able to just sneak another cap from under his nose?
Oh man, that would be pretty incredible.
I mean, all he needs to do is sneak up along the wall, but looks like he's not going to try that. He's going to instead opt to go lane 4 and approach the objective from behind.
Yeah, I think it's probably be the better way to approach because it'd be a little bit more challenging for SliderCon to try to have to maneuver the shield in a place where he's very open. Like, Game Reaper can move into that porch and do work around Slider, and that might be exactly what's going to happen. Wow, he's able to do that. Slider was just not ready for that at all.
He even heard the footsteps and everything, and he just still wasn't ready.
Very nice little finisher from the 5 Horsemen. They will take map 1, 4-1. Put Delta Squad on the disadvantage.
That's right, and we will be moving into Downfall here for map 2.
Downfall was banned, I thought.
Yeah, the 5 Horsemen banned it, so it must have been an accidental pick.
Here, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I will cut to an intermission, folks, while we figure this out. All right, welcome back, folks. Slight technical difficulties out of the way. We are back. The map choice is cargo, and Five Horsemen have opted to let Delta Squad do the map pick so that Five Horsemen can play Volk on round 1.
Yeah, we see a lot more teams use that kind of strategy. Like, hey, we'll just practice any map and y'all can have pick, but we get to have Volk, which inherently has a little bit of a biased advantage because you just get to kind of chill out, have a camper trip, crack a beer, and wait for Marsoc to come to you.
It's true. And it's a tactic that we see Five Horsemen use pretty often. So I'm not even surprised that they decided to do this. Although I guess it is kind of surprising to see it on a map like Cargo. I don't really feel like a map like Cargo could really, I don't know.
There's not too much bias on it.
Yeah, it's Cargo is a bit of an equalizer in terms of, you know, scores. Like two teams can really go at it, and it could kind of go either way, I feel like. But you know, if they were to do that on a map like Bazaar, where you have like key out objectives and stuff, like it can make a more meaningful impact on the overall match. Nonetheless, that's their decision. I'm not gonna, you know, judge it too harshly here.
Stop being so judgmental.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
That's our job, though. We're casters, and we're here
Yeah,
to tell you
we're here to
our
judge.
opinions because we're always right.
All right, here we go on round 1 of map 2.
Free fire coming out from the Delta squad to start off with, not to be confused with Delta Force, a very elite army group. And lots of smoke to accompany it as well. It's almost like they're trying to go for this cap again.
Yeah, Delta pushing them really hard here.
But the velocity has just stopped.
Game Reaper throwing one of their smokes back. He's like, here, take it. I don't want it.
Return to sender.
Slider
Comes able to
finds
find
Doctor.
Dr. Shot.
Game Reaper finds Rav and Slider as they were going in between those two buildings. Oh, but Grim Reaper might walk right into Game Reaper. Wow, that is a tongue. Whoa. Oh, Game Reaper was exposed.
Ooh,
He goes down. Steve finds Grim on the backside of that warehouse. It's just 2 members now, Delta Squad versus 3 members of Five Horsemen, although both members of Five Horsemen just downed, and they can be revived. Little words.
Yeah, Death Legion sees 1. Ooh! Oh no, I'm sorry, that is not a
Wilson.
kill, revive.
Yeah, Wilson does confirm that kill, though, on Game Reaper.
Goes down to a 2v... 1v4. To a no v4.
A lot of celebratory gunfire, but Five Horsemen do take round 1 on map 2.
Yeah, a good way to start off your second map, trying to assert your win,
Your win dominance.
your dominance.
I mean, Delta Squad is looking kind of shaky right now. They only have 1 point on the board.
Yeah, I mean, they had a great point at the start, but then that cap has just derailed this entire point train here. I mean, yeah, it was kind of a humiliating cap, not gonna lie. Like, how many seconds in was that one?
I'm not sure, but I think, you know, Delta Squad's biggest issue right now is they're so hungry for caps that they're sacrificing their lives
Strat.
to get a cap and their strats. I think at this point they got to knuckle down and just go for kills.
Yeah, Five Horsemen are definitely not gonna make it easy to cap on. They are a very veteran team, of veteran players, and they know how to defend an objective.
Even with that that reservist SliderCon on Delta Squad's team, you know, it's not enough. You know, I mean, SliderCon's a great player, a great reservist to have on any team. But if your tactics involve going for caps at any cost, it's not going to help you at all. We will get started now on round 2. 5 Horsemen on the offense.
All right, Q, so we'll let you know when we get ready to move past phase 1, and then you can lay off the tunnel.
We're getting 4 on the left side, 1 split on the right. Looks like Q's going to solo dolo it on that tunnel. A lot of covering fire. Just trying to keep the defense there on the right-hand side of the map. Reaper finds Grim Reaper. Rav will find Dr. Sean. I never stand behind shields. That is just a guaranteed death trap. Shields
it can
are
work really well though. The shield just peaks and then you pop up and boom, you have a
a
nice nade. Find Steve.
The moment I looked away, there's a beautiful grenade taking out that shield player. Look at that.
But he's in a very awkward position.
The shield is like
balanced.
perfectly
It's
balanced, like all things
as
should
all
be.
things should be.
They're in a south container.
Suddenly
it's-
half the players will be gone.
But it's really good in this case for Steve because they can't confirm his body with that shield right there.
And it also provides cover to the person getting the resin, which would be Reaper Madness in that case, but where'd the shield go? Just saw the peak over there. Couldn't help it.
A lot of pre-fire coming out, just shooting all the entrances. Rav found Reefer. Well, it's basically a trade, very complicated trade on the kill lead, or kill board, sorry. But, Slider gone down's death. He gets a revive though, so it's okay. Nothing to see here, folks.
Nope. Everything is perfectly normal. Ignore the fact that Death Legion is a little bit more vulnerable than how he should be. Game Reaper finds Death Legion. And Steve's able to find Wilson. Now it's all up to SliderCon. Slider's able to find one. It's Game Reaper. He's going for the second one. It's able to take down the shield. Now we're into a 1v1 once again. Slider's in a pretty good spot.
Gonna ride along with Q for a moment to see how he tackles this one-on-one situation.
What an amazing little flank from SliderCon.
He's been doing that all day. Getting good flanks.
They're not even like big flanks. They're like mini flanks.
I know but the results
flanks.
The results are big, however. He always gets like 2 kills minimum with those flanks.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need in those situations. Like 5 Horsemen get pretty complacent when they get pretty close to the objective and they're really focusing on angles where they know people are beat. And those angles are correct, but they don't account for the fact that SliderCon's there. Maybe there's a little bit to the reservist kind of shifting things up. Q is backing up. He's going to try to go for a rotation, maybe a different angle onto the objective. SliderCon, on the other hand, is watching a very nice angle. He's basically blocked off Q for the most part from the objective just by his angle alone.
It's a pretty strong line. I mean, he can see through that metal mesh, but he can't be shot through it, and then he's got hard cover on his left. So the only thing that'll take him out is a well-placed grenade that Q did happen to pick up. If he just happens to just toss it over there by circumstance, by By pure
And-
luck, he may find. Oh, I think he sees him though. Right now, we're in.
He does, I think. And let's talk a bit about Q and his grenades. My goodness, they have been on point.
I think we're gonna see a grenade come out from him. Yes, we are.
Is Slider ready for this? The grenade is.
Oh, it works. He got it.
He got it. Kobe.
Kobe.
Rest in peace.
True. But I mean, yet again, that's just another point for the Five Horsemen. That's 5 unanswered points now for Delta Squad. They have to answer back with something here. Otherwise, this is going to be over before it really even feels like it started.
Yeah, we got good vibes out of the first round. We know Delta Squad can definitely bring the heat to Horsemen, and this round only proves it. Just Q is really good at finding those positions and just nading them.
Yeah.
It's almost unreal.
Dropping some artillery on them. They just aren't ready for that. No one's ever ready for that artillery strike.
Well, speaking of places for artillery strikes, we got the north-north objective. And this one you cannot cap inside the building, so it's very open kind of capping area, but you can obviously cap inside the cargo container. Maybe Delta Squad will finally get what they were looking for.
I would like to see Delta Squad get a few points on the board here, for sure. Hopefully they can, I don't know, pull this one off. It's, I mean, Five Horsemen have been putting up a strong defense so far, so I can see why they opted to do that strategy where they let Delta Squad pick the map while Five Horsemen play Volk on map 2.
I know. I saw the dude fly up in the air. I was like, oh my god.
Couple of pieces of banner coming on the Five Horsemen side. Delta Squad are a little bit quieter though.
They are. I don't think they are happy. They're either unhappy or they're just incredibly focused on the task at hand, which is to defeat the Five Horsemen and get some points on the board.
We're seeing a kind of a standard Delta Squad kind of push. They're hanging back, but they're holding good angles. In fact, the furthest one that's furthest pushed out right now is SliderCon. He's the reservist.
They know someone's in that dark room.
Yeah, it's such a good location to be able to cut off any kind of major rotation onto the objective. It's one of those prime spots that you really want to be able to hold if you want to have a good one. Oh, the nade fights
Oh.
two! The Reaper!
Wow. Grim, go revive your teammates. What are you doing? Well, at least someone is reviving them.
Death is a little confused, I think.
I think so, but he is at least getting the revives up. Oh, poor Ravis just sitting this. Oh,
Slider.
no. And then Dr. Sean shoots Slider. That was just. Q is downed too from his teammate. Dr. Sean just shot Q.
And the revive is there.
Why isn't
Dr. Sean.
Rav going to revive his teammate, though?
Because Dr. Sean is right there. That's exactly why. Death Legion was able to find Q, though.
Oh, man, this is just a comedy of errors
no,
here.
it's
Death
Death
Legion.
Oh, he takes it out with his life. But now Dr. Sean is rotating around.
Nice. Get that revive.
He needs to find a syringe.
Everyone's used up all their syringes, I feel like.
There's
There
so
we
many
go.
reses
There's
going
one
There
more.
have been 4 total reses on the Delta Squad side.
Oh, no.
And through, wow, there was some great moments in there.
That was brutal.
Yeah, and just it fell apart at the end in such an awkward place.
Oh, man. Well, that's another unanswered point for Delta Squad, unfortunately. 5 Horsemen's current score is 7 to Delta Squad's 1. It's looking a little bit like 5 Horsemen might take map 2.
Yeah, in the game at that rate, you never know.
You never know.
You never know. That's the glory of VR.
It's glory of Onward, too. You never know when someone might throw a grenade wrong and
like Q could just
kills the whole team instead.
drop it out of his hand. Yeah, exactly. Q could wipe his own team.
Delta Squad using up all that time to figure out a strategy. I mean, this is match point here. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, VR ProTube and VR Cover. If you ever need, a better way of shooting in the game, you don't want to freehand it anymore, I highly recommend ProTube VR with the mag tube. It's fantastic.
Also, don't forget Rebuff Reality and Fixed Gaming.
Yes, thank you. I almost forgot. They are our latest sponsors, our newest additions to the sponsor team.
I think we also have Arma.gg as well. They provide our merch.
Ah, yes. Fantastic. They make good merch too. So
yeah, those VRML jerseys are pretty awesome.
That said, we are going to get started here into round 4. Delta Squad, quiet, focused. They have to bring this back. Game Reaper finds Delta Wilson right off the bat, trying to run into the dark room or something, or maybe the barrels. Not quite sure. But Delta Squad not looking good. They're already missing one player. Death Legion in this very precariously placed prone position. I'm not sure I would go prone right there. It's just it tends to get grenaded a lot, and if you're prone and you don't have enough time to move,
just roll out of the way like a hot dog.
If only you could roll in VR.
Everyone's doing like somersaults and whatnot, backflips. It looks like a James Bond movie.
Absolutely. Steve using that shield in the doorway. Just trying to see what he finds here.
It's such a good spot. You're able to call out exactly where people are. Maybe try to get a couple picks if people are feeling a little ambitious with you. But it gives you plenty of time to be able to line up because they have to run to you. And you have plenty of cover from grenades like those, but he didn't put the shield down in time. Dr. Sean can't go for that res, but I think he's using the fact that every time Steve goes down, his shield gets propped by something.
Oh, Dr. Sean does revive Steve, and 4Q finds Grim Reaper. So now it is a 3v5 or 4 situation here. Oh, and Dr. Sean goes down to Death Legion. They traded. SliderCon letting Rav know, hey, it's just me and you, buddy. 2v3 right now, match point.
No pressure.
Rav found Game Reaper with a beautiful headshot. Evens up the thing, the score a little bit here. Not score, the body count. 2v2 situation. Rav trying to find 4Q on the left, while Steve slowly approaches on the right with that shield. Q will reposition.
Their kill counts are a little off.
I do too. Something seems off here. Ooh, Rav found Q. Now it's all up to Steve right here with the shield against 2 members of Delta Squad. This is exactly what we needed to see come out of Delta Squad to keep themselves in the game, essentially. This is match point.
Yeah, and Rav needs to help out SliderCon. It doesn't seem like SliderCon has any utility to spare against the shield he's going to get. I think Steve is more worried about trying to isolate SliderCon. Ooh, SliderCon just giving a name.
Yeah. Oh, what was that?
What a waste. Bro.
What a waste of that utility.
Oh, but here's what's really coming out here. Nice. That is exactly what you needed to do. Rav got into a different angle than SliderCon, allowing SliderCon to have an angle to shoot the body of the shield, causing that pincher movement is the shield's worst nightmare.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was hoping to see. I really just wanted Rab to start flanking him. It was cool that he ran over and gave his grenade to the other teammate there, but
And to a reservist as well.
yeah, exactly.
You don't know if they're nade people or not.
Well, as we found out, SliderCon had a very weak throw there. You got to get the grenade behind the shield. I wonder if he thought he heard him slowly approaching him or something. I don't know. It wasn't. It wasn't even cooked.
Slider definitely thought that the shield was approaching when it was really just trying to hold an angle. The shield is in a very powerful spot. Like he could isolate Slider from moving to multiple positions, but once Steve let Rav get around him, that was the end of it.
So funny. I was thinking of our sponsor Arma GG because every time I hear the word Arma, I think of the game Arma.
I mean,
I'm like, wait, Arma makes clothing now? So weird.
Bohemian Interactive,
Yeah.
I don't think does.
Clothing brought to you by Bohemian Interactive. They
This
really
game was inspired by Arma, if I'm not mistaken. So
they are really diversifying their portfolio over there.
I know, right?
Regardless.
Not gonna lie, if Arma goes VR, I'd be so on board.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Let's dive in here to round 5. Delta Squad holding on by the skin of their teeth against the 5 Horsemen. So far, 5 Horsemen have been putting up a strong fight against Delta Squad.
A lot of pre-fire coming out from Delta Squad. Trying to isolate any movement, but I think one just barely got by.
Let's turn on the lasers. I so apologize. They were on the last map. They got turned off on this one somehow. You can see that line that QQ is watching. So powerful. Not a big fan of Q's position currently, but it's strong nonetheless. He does find a kill. Dr. Sean found Grim Reaper. Q found Death Legion. Dr. Sean and Rav trade. Game Reaper found SliderCon. Now it is just one member of Delta Squad versus the 5 Horsemen, who are still 4 members strong.
The 4.5 Horsemen right now. It's Wilson.
There it is. I was waiting for that revive.
So now they are the 5 Horsemen again.
I was kind of worried that Reaper might accidentally spray his downed teammate.
I think Wilson sees the C4.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna have to figure out his life right now because that C4. Oh wait, no, it's disabled.
But if they toss a nade on it,
yes,
it'll still go off because
for
that's
sure.
how C4 works, right?
Yeah, it actually is. As long as it has some.
It's a very stable compound, so it has to be triggered by an electrical charge.
Well, you could blow it up with other explosives too.
Yeah, but it'll just fall apart. It won't blow up. That's like the utility behind C4.
I thought you could still put a det charge in it to really blow it up, but maybe I'm mistaken. You seem to be the C4 expert, not me. Either way, Wilson is gonna have to watch out for a grenade throw.
I watched way too much Mythbusters.
Oh, nice. I think that's just not gonna happen, though. I think Wilson will probably get shot with bullets.
I mean, Q is right there, and his throw has been just as accurate as his aim. So
I mean, Delta Wilson has his work cut out for him. Steve's got that,
Oh.
yep, angle watched.
Those kids were fast.
Horsemen take map 2.
And the game.
And the series, yes. Congrats to 5 Horsemen on this win. They are just destroying Delta Squad. Delta Squad are unable to stop the 5 Horsemen apocalypse.
Yeah, and as good as SliderCon's been doing for them, just having a reservist on your team is such a disadvantage. Because you really don't know how they play.
Oh, yes. My favorite map, Bazaar. That will be the map 3 choice.
Well then, we're going to start off with a westerly objective. What are you thinking about this?
This is my preferred objective. I like this objective a lot as a defender and as an attacker. I'm glad to see it start off on this one and not say Kiat, because I think Delta Squad need to catch a break here. And I think if it was on Kiat, then all bets are off. I have a feeling 5 Horsemen would just hammer them hard with a cap early on. Still do that here on the West objective too, but you know, Kiat is just a monstrosity to defend.
Looks like we won't see any change-ups on either Delta Squads or the 5 Horsemen side.
This is such a cool marketplace.
What do they sell?
Looks like fruit and veggies.
Not bad.
I'm surprised to not see more AK-47s though.
I don't know what country's in, but it depends on their gun laws.
True, we are within a giant fortress, so who knows?
Probably selling catapults, if anything.
True. Either way, map 3 will be Bazaar. I should go ahead and note that here on the scoreboard.
The secret's out.
I have been circling the Bazaar, so I'm sure they figured it out already. Sweet. We are diving into round 1 of map 3.
We're going to see a tank spawn for Delta Squad on this one.
Q's going to be kind of aggressive. He's going to... Oh, he's already catching action here with Slider. Nice.
Slider's able to find that very cleanly.
Yeah, that was a very clean kill from Slider.
Clean cut and served fresh.
There's another member over here. Steve has backed up to the pallets over here on the north. He's got C4 primed, and it found nobody.
Timing was a little early on that one. Nate goes out, won't be able to find anybody. A couple of shots from suppressed weapon, I think, came out from Grim Reaper as he tries to find his way onto the objective from the north side.
Yeah, the north approach is kind of wide open. I mean, Grim Reaper might be able to slip by undetected. Although there is one member of Five Horse. He's kind of watching that.
Oh no, here we go again. It's Grim Reaper versus Game Reaper.
I can't handle this. My mouth just can't do it. Grim Reaper versus Game Reaper. Reaper does find Slider. Was that through the smoke? Yes, I believe it was.
I believe it was, yeah.
It's a blind firing in the smoke. Sometimes pays off. If you have the mags for it. Oh, yeah. Grim Reaper trying to find Steve. Doesn't quite get him. Steve doesn't even seem to care. He's unfazed. He's like, I'm holding this line. Even though there's so much gunfire. Dr. Sean does find Wilson and Rav. Grim Reaper is going to finally take out Steve, who just did not seem to care that he was under fire. Grim Reaper, however, is going to look for Grim Reaper. Gosh, I hate that.
Let's just make. Let's hope that they never meet again.
He is going to completely slip by Game Reaper's view undetected. Oh, Grim does get wounded. How does Game Reaper
is peeking out now.
He does notice that wounded sound. Oh, he still doesn't look enough, but
why are you? He's just hanging out there. It's
Death found Reefer Madness.
Oh, now the Reapers are gonna beat Game Reaper is gonna beat the Grim Reaper.
Now it's all up to Death Legion here in Mini Market. Tries to foolishly shoot through all the wooden layers and chain link fences and everything. I'm not sure I would be giving away my position if I was the last one up right here.
I don't think he even knows that he is the last one up.
That's a good point. He may not know at all.
He may be trying to facilitate a cap that's just not going to come.
Well, it's not going to come if you keep giving away your position. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, it won't happen.
Come on, Death. You could do it, man. Now he knows for sure that he's all alone. Doctor tried to shoot through a very tight gap, but I think the metal brackets on the door were completely blocking him. Yep, the metal
bulletproof
things.
Brackets.
What do you call those? I don't know.
It's like a gate?
Yeah, it's like a weird gate thing. Gates are made out of
storm door.
They're made out of metal, so I suppose that makes sense.
It's like a storm door.
A storm door.
But it's not really good at keeping out storms.
I think it's to keep out looters, maybe. But they're wide open. Yeah, it's a looter door. Looter? I hardly knew her. Oh, wait. Death Legion does trade with Dr. Sean, but it's too little too late, as the last remaining Five Horsemen member is still up, and that means that they've won. Round, what is this, 2?
1.
1, sorry. Round 1. Map 3. Delta Squad almost had this one, though. I'm confident that they are going to put up a really strong fight against Five Horsemen on this map.
Yeah, I think they can. This is definitely one of their stronger maps, and they got pretty darn close to the objective.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Grim Reaper, I can't believe how far he made it with all those defenders just sitting right there on the north. Nobody noticing him slipping in. Although Five Horsemen did have a pretty tight defense there, so eventually he did get taken out. But I mean, I'm just surprised that Steve didn't care that he was getting shot at. I don't even think he knew where it was coming from. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, well, doesn't have to worry about that anymore. They're going to be defending now, so hopefully it's a little bit more clear.
Yeah, the problem with that mini market though is you really can't try to shoot through those bazaars. It just never works out. Because especially everyone knows how notorious the bullet penetration is in Onward, so it really just comes back to bite you in the butt more than anything else. We will dive into round 2 now. Delta Squad on the defense. Not a mirrored spawn, but 5 horsemen nonetheless, rushing in from the south. Steve up first with that shield. Sounds like Rav is calling out. He knows
Very
exactly.
loudly.
Yeah, he knows exactly where Marsoc is. Reaper tries to shoot through that little crack, but you can't shoot through that. So. Oh, Rav getting cheeky, saying hi to the shield. Doesn't notice that there's a flank behind him. Reaper takes out Rav.
And yeah, Reaper can shoot through that.
Yes.
I am. You come play. I have like a nice setup here, dude. I have like
Oh, there is a C4 right here. I think Slider's trying to bait him out with, or bait them into, I should say. I have a feeling they're going to ID that C4 relatively quickly, though. Premature C4.
I think the nade. No, it didn't. No, it was early.
It was early. Wilson, though, might have an angle on Reefer.
There's one thing that Onward Esports could use a little bit more. Maybe it's acting.
Did someone just try to fake a death?
Flash.
I missed it. Oh, I think Reaper's gonna walk right into Wilson's bullet here. Oh, but the bulletproof couch is absorbing all the bullets. Wilson finally does find a headshot Reaper. Dr. Sean is ready for the refrag, however. Oh, and a grenade comes out of 4Q, but it doesn't find him. Dr. Sean Howard does find Wilson. 4Q
Gotta watch
confirms
that
it.
booty.
His big old booty was sticking out, and that's how Dr. Sean was able to pick him off. Ooh,
That
something
booty
going on over here. Oh, couldn't quite get to it in time. Grim Reaper does find, or Game Reaper found I give up. I give up.
Grim Reaper finds Game Reaper.
Thank you. SliderCon and one other just remain here. Who was that other one? Death Legion. All comes down to this. Nice shot by Death Legion. Found the head of Dr. Sean. Evens things up a little bit in a 2v3 situation here. Steve still with the shield, though. He's going to be giving call-outs to the remaining members of the 5 Horsies. Got Game Reaper still sneaking along the northern wall, so I wonder if he will bypass everything and go for a cap. Depends on how well Steve is able to stall this defense and distract them. Death Legion is called out, though. Game Reaper knows exactly where Death is. Ooh, Slider almost found the side of Steve.
Yeah, that AS Val is really good at taking down shields.
He almost got taken out by 4Q, too. 4Q is still in the window of Kiat, watching that west side.
He's only got 2 minutes remaining.
I would have rotated out of that position by now. He finally is. But Game Reaper, he's going to go in super sneaky-like and get that cap.
Yeah, I think the shield's just there just to occupy Death Legion and let Game Reaper come around.
Death Legion has to know what's up. Ooh, 4Q found SliderCon. It's all up to Death Legion now. He is really tempting fate here, just confronting the shield.
Well, the shield doesn't have any range there.
I mean, I've
Starts
seen
flicking.
some crazy shots come out of Steve. However, Game Reaper is still just super sneaky. Like, makes me think that 5 Horsemen are not communicating the kill count. Game Reaper
Well, they don't need to. They
does
know they got
find it.
5.
They now know that, indeed. Pretty even kill spread amongst both teams here.
Yeah, it's just a good teamwork coming on both sides. Just Delta Squad just haven't found their groove yet against this team.
And I don't know if they will at this point. They really seem to be struggling against the 5 Horsemen today.
Yeah, it's not.
Unfortunately for them, they are just not clicking. I don't know if it's a lack of communication or
Lack of
what.
players.
Lack of players is definitely a key thing. Although SliderCon did pretty well on both maps 1 and 2. But yes, it always hurts you to have to rely on that reservist to get things done. In this case, Delta Squad are down to just 4 rostered members currently, and they have no choice but to take that reservist. So that's gonna, impact things by all means.
Yeah, until they can get themselves a 5th, it's going to be a little bit of a rough time for them. But luckily, it's the last week of League.
It's the end of the season for these guys.
Yeah.
They have.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's at this point everyone's really just kind of playing for fun here. And I think it shows from the 5 Horsemen. They're in good spirits. They're just having a good time here.
Let's on the right side. No, somebody go.
We are diving into round 3 now. Key out objective on the north side. We do have a south spawn coming out of Death Legion, so I wonder, or I'm sorry, Delta Squad.
Team
Oh.
Death Legion, member Delta Squad.
You took the words right out of my mouth. We have a pretty massive split here from Delta Squad. Oh, they do
Not
seem
gonna
to
lie,
be.
Death Legion would be a great team name.
It would be. That's kind of naturally why I think I said it. Death Legion would be an awesome team name.
Petition to make Delta Squad change their name to Death Legion. With Death Legion on it, that'd be amazing.
Delta Squad are, though, kind of encompassing this the 5 horsies here in this defense.
It might work out better for them. We know that the 5 Horsemen don't really like this objective. I don't know if it's that they just don't feel comfortable on it or they just really don't like playing it, but regardless, I'm pretty sure they'd rather play some other objective.
I mean, as Marsoc, this is the best opportunity for a team like Delta Squad to make a comeback on. It's the easiest easiest objective to cap on and a nightmare for the defensive team. It's very hard to defend this objective. Anyone could slip in unnoticed and cap from upstairs. I mean, there's just a ton of different ways you could do this. Rav trying to move super slowly through this building next to Reefer. I don't know if... Oh, but he does get caught by Steve. Steve shut that down. Let's go see where Steve is. Wow, that is quite the angle that Steve was able to catch him on. Come on. What is he? What's the eye level here? I'm just curious. Yeah, that's it. Probably right there. Dr.
Dr.
Sean. Man,
Is able to find Slider. Delta Squad are just ablating away the closer they get to the objective.
yeah, the attrition is not in Delta Squad's favor on this approach. They're losing guys. And now they only have 3 members left against 5 Horsemen's 5. It's going to be a rough approach now at this point. I think Delta Squad really just let themselves spread out too much. Like, you should have a battle buddy if you can. Death Legion about to ambush someone, I think. Oh, but he gets taken out by Steve. Man, Steve's forward position here is just... It's been working out so well. And now Grim Reaper is falling right into the trap that Rav did earlier. Grim Reaper is walking right into the room that Steve killed Rav. There it is. Last bullet. That's a headshot against Grim from Steve. That's 3 kills from Steve in that position right there.
And now it's up to Wilson.
It's not enough, however. Dr. Sean's got body armor or something. He walked that bullet off. It was no big thing. 5 Horsemen take another point. And they earn, what is it, 3 unanswered? 4 unanswered points?
5 if you count for the last map.
True. Seems to me like Delta Squad should just get loose and have fun with it at this point, you know? Feels like they're holding back, or like they're nervous or something.
And the rankings on this one, on this match, or this week's matchups have been a little diverse.
To say the least.
The matchups, yeah.
Like, I don't know how Mayhem got matched up with Fury. That's just not even fair.
Yeah, I feel bad for Mayhem.
I know, we're gonna get pummeled. That's why I'm not even playing. I'm like, I don't want to even witness what's about to unfold.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna kick our butts so hard.
I was kind of circumnavigating that fact that we're both Mayhem and Fury, but
I know, right?
yeah.
Ironically,
spoiler alert: Wookie's on Mayhem. If you don't know.
Spoiler alert: TFH is on Fury. If you don't know, and both of our teams are going head to head. I really debated casting that. Like, how funny would it be, Todd, if you and I casted that match?
That would be so great.
It would. It really would be. But so many people want to see the Coletto's game against OJC, so I opted to do that.
Be
one.
around for later.
True. We could always change our minds, Todd.
Exactly.
All right, here we go.
Come elope with me and cast Fury and Mayhem.
I might just do that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We still have a day to
I
think
don't even
about
know
it.
if I'm on the roster for that one yet. So.
I am not on the roster, so I don't care. I am free that day.
Oh, there you go.
Looks like all of 5 Horsemen opting to push in from the west side here. They are just going to get this game over with.
Shut it down.
Delta Wilson will find a lot of these members here.
He's in such a great spot, but he gets into the firing line.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Just like that, 3 members of Horsemen are confirmed dead. 2 members remain against Delta Squad's 4 remaining members. That was an incredible position by Wilson.
What a push.
Rav gonna walk into Reefer Madness. They trade. Now it's just up to Q here. Still 3 members of Delta Squad to take out before he can get anywhere near objective. Actually, that's not true. 2 of the members of Delta Squad are all the way on the east side. I don't think they've got the memo yet. Delta Squad is definitely not communicating kills, but it's kind of hard when you trade like that, so I guess I don't blame them. Rav could have radioed, however, all the dead bodies, and he chose not to, as far as I know. We are seeing a Delta Squad repositioning, however, towards the west. Just took him a little while.
Yeah, they do know about that bias in the plan. And bias, I mean, it's just Q.
Yeah. Follow
Yeah,
along
Q's
with Q.
Yeah. About time we let Q take over the casting cams.
I'm just following him in third person.
Oh.
I feel like I've given enough of that to Q. He's had too many first person runs. He's usually the last member alive.
He's an honorary filmographer. He's just really good at avoiding death.
I think that's what it is.
Or Grim Reaper. Or Death Legion. Delta Squad have a lot of death-related names on their team, and now I don't feel easy about it.
I'm not sure what he's looking for here.
I don't even know what he's saying. He's like whispering to
Yeah,
himself.
he's just talking to himself. I can't even hear him.
He's covered in that thick British accent.
Usually when I talk to myself, I say silly things, but Q is just mumbling to himself.
Sometimes I start casting.
Yeah, I start casting myself. Sometimes. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Only occasionally. But not on cast because it's not my job, and I like to give that to my fellow casters.
Right. Oh, he's going to throw a grenade.
Ooh.
Is he going to find Slider maybe? No, too short.
Too short. The
Bad throw.
magic has worn off.
Wow, nice kill though by QQ against Death Legion. He's going to go all the way around.
He's got time. He's got 2 minutes. He's pretty close to the objective, so.
He does. Oh, is he going to find Grim? He almost found him, but he gave away his position in the process. Now, Delta Squad are keen on his positioning. Grim, not quite prepared, though. I don't know. Like, Grim isn't looking in the right directions.
But Q isn't shooting in the right directions either. He's not able to make that line up.
I don't know how he didn't make that. I wasn't in first person, though, so I didn't quite see, but he will play peekaboo. And I think he's ready for... Oh, wow. Grim was not ready. Did he get... I guess he did get wounded. I don't know how, because it was just his head that was showing. But somehow Grim Reaper was able to wound Q. Now it all comes down to a 1v1 situation here. Less than 60 seconds remain. He's going to have to do something soon. I think he might go for a cap. Oh, they see each other. Oh, wow. Slider was too much for Q. He takes him out. Delta Squad get another point on the board. All right.
See, it was all going downhill for Q after he threw that bad nade. Once it didn't get a kill and he knew it, it's just like...
Yeah.
He fell into a very dark side of himself.
It all went downhill from there.
Yeah. And he's gonna start putting in his mags wrong. Like it's just
Yeah,
spirals.
it does. It tailspins into disaster. But good to see Delta Squad finally get a point on the board for map 3. I was hoping they would. I was kind of worried they wouldn't. But still, though, quite an intimidating scoreline coming from the 5 Horsemen right now.
Definitely looking very good on their front against Delta Squad.
I was trying to find stats of their history, but they've never played each other before, so
No, the 5 Horsemen were typically a little bit higher up before Traden and Enigma left. Now they've kind of descended a little bit in the ranks, but probably looking to get their way back up.
5 Horsemen ranked 27th currently against Delta Squad, who is ranked 31 on the world standing. They're a lot more closer than I realized.
Yeah, I mean, the 5 Horsemen are probably a little bit lower. They had a really close game with Riot, but they were on the losing side of that, so obviously they took the MMR hit. Looking to restore that MMR, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do that pretty good here.
Oh, no, everyone else that way. Watch out for that guy. Yes, I do. I know.
Yes, I do. No, I don't.
Looks like the spirits are still pretty high on Delta Squad, regardless of the score line right now. Always good to see that. Let's see how they approach this objective on round 5.
Sometimes it's just really nice to get the point.
It really is. It really lifts the spirits. Morale improves. Everything improves once you get that score. Or, I mean, that point.
And Rav will be bringing a shield this time.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see that. Rav and Q talking to each other. Q looks like he's talking some smack. What a terrible grenade by Q.
I'm telling you, man, it spirals down from here.
Tailspins. Watch this. Watch this. Q is about to confront Rav. How bad will the tailspin be?
Ooh.
Well, he backed off. He's not even trying to anymore. He gave up entirely. So that's how bad it got. He just ran away from his problems.
It all ends in leaving your team and just talking smack in League General.
Yeah, for some people that's true. Oh, someone fell too high up. Game Reaper found Death Legion. Oh man, it's such a dangerous approach here for Grim, but he found a Reaper. Grim found Q. Dr. Shand found the Rav, who was their shield, but he's downed. Oh wow, Slider. Team kills Grim. Dr. Shand finds Grim. SliderCon finds Doctor.
And he's on objective.
Slider's totally capping. Holy cow, I did not see this coming. Both defenders.
I didn't see this coming either. The C4 coming out won't go any further.
Come on, Slider, you can do it, man. Type that code in just a little faster. There it is. Slider gets the cap. We equalized the score. So now 3-3 score line. Great job.
I have a lot of questions now for Horsemen on that one.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what went wrong there. You called it though. A tailspin for Q, and I think Q was crucial in preventing that push, and he went down pretty early on.
Yeah, it's the bad nade, the one imperfect nade is now he's killing himself over, and from there on out, it's just we should probably check in on him.
This is what Delta Squad needed, though. I mean, their spirits were high after that last point. I mean, I can't imagine how high they are now that they got a cap under their belt.
Yeah, the cap race has been evened out. One on each side, but the forces of the Horsemen are definitely put in some good work as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they can stop this apocalyptic horse riding caravan. You know, I think the buck stops here on map 3. What do you think?
I think it's got I don't know. I feel like
don't want to commit too early on these predictions, but I'm
it's like there's
happy.
only one round that's going to decide it. That's just too early, man.
Still,
6 minutes is a long time.
It really is. Still a pretty even spread of kills.
Yeah, this would have been a great map for map 2 for Delta Squad. I'm surprised they chose cargo.
Yeah, that seemed like a strange choice of map pick. Diving into round 6.
You got a highlight. Mine's over. You can't even see through the fucking road.
Round right, the cap, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Math hard.
Maths. How does it work?
Magnets. How do they work?
No. Maths. How? Okay, yeah. Both of those are true.
That's like an old school meme, though.
Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that.
Looks like a couple shots coming out from Death Legion as he identifies someone, along with a very notable expletive as he gets taken down by Dr. Sean.
Poor choice of cover. I mean, those wooden boxes are concealment at most. They are not bulletproof, as Death Legion just found out the hard way.
Yeah. It ain't airsoft, you know?
Yeah. Q found Rav. They trade right on objective, basically. Well, pretty near it, I should say. So now,
Well, Slider's going to get a little pushy here. There's C4 as well.
I feel like objective is strangely wide open right now. I mean, Grim Reaper is on it, but he is pretty much the last man that can do anything about a cap. Ooh, Wilson does find Reefer on that northern hallway approach. Ew, why does he use an AKM? That's just disgusting. Sorry,
Hey, man, just
I'm
let
not
him
gonna
do his
judge.
thing.
I'm not gonna judge. You're right. I'm gonna let him do his thing. Game Reaper approaching this dead body with extreme caution. He can hear Death Legion talking. I'm not sure. Does he realize he's downed? Well, he does now, I think. Oh. Oh, that grenade was just a little off by Wilson, but it could have found Game Reaper. Ooh, Steve pushing Slider on that hallway. Now it all comes down to Grim Reaper. Oh, did he just drop his Molotov? Yep, he did. Darn, he really needed that Molotov against that shield. But just like that, 5 Horsemen will take round 6. They take the series 3-0.
3-0, yeah. Very good stuff coming out of the Horsemen. Very clean game. And a very well-earned win coming out of that. And a really good fight coming out of Delta Squad as well. There were some really close things there where they just weren't able to get that point, but
Scoreline doesn't do it justice. There was definitely a lot of
Exactly.
1v1 situations in there, and Delta Squad definitely played really well in Suburbia. It was looking good for them at first, I thought. Looking nice and strong. But yeah, they just couldn't quite thread the needle here.
yeah. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up from us, right? Unless you got
It
anything
is.
else.
I got nothing else to add. Stick around, though, because we are going to raid OML 1. So if you guys want to check out that game, just stay right here for a moment. Don't go anywhere. We are going to raid that channel. So thanks, guys, for showing up, sticking through this, following these teams. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I'm going to sign off. I was your host, Wookie, with just one E. Todd, any last
With
words?
a swear word in the middle.
Yeah, swear word in the middle.
I think the match is very plain to see. You know, 5 Horsemen clearly outplayed Delta Squad in that case, but there were some really good moments, especially from Delta Squad that showcased the potential skill that they have.
That's right. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.